that going. Well, I'm going to post something on Facebook saying we're live, and my computer's been acting up, so I've actually got malware, spyware thing running in the background. Hopefully, look at it'll smooth out my computer. So let's go. Starting in a few minutes.
Well, you're already live, right?
Yeah, we're live. We'll get the show going. So I'll do. I'll add you to the share, so it'll go right onto your page. Does it go onto your page if I put your name on it?
You tag me. Believe this.
Just me and Amy. Now, you know, it's summertime. That's the way it goes. You know, we start late, we run long, we wake up too early, we go to bed too late, we get involved in, you know.
Yep.
I've been getting like 5 hours of sleep lately. I don't know why I was such a dingbat. Yeah, I think that's on there. Here, let me pull up the start of the show, and then we'll talk, tell each other what's going on. But we got to do a proper start. Of course, my computer is going to stall. Did you make a coffee? You want to make a coffee?
No, I don't drink coffee.
Wake you up?
I don't drink coffee.
Welcome to the main event.
I'll have one for you. It has Bailey's in it.
Nice.
A little bit of amaretto.
Yeah.
It puts me in the... Gets me so that I can rumble.
Look at my caffeine-filled vitamin water.
Nice. Well, I don't know if I'm ready for this. I know that, I don't know if you, let's learn how to use your freaking, there it is. I don't know if you're ready for this. Thank you for jumping on. It's already 10:30 at night, and you've been going for probably, 12, 13, 14 hours today?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep, I'm a hurting puppy.
And then you had I'm not going to get into it unless you say it, but you had an emotional family event or something, and then...
yeah, my cousin died. He died young. He was only 56. My brother was, 58.
Wow. Live local?
Yeah, well, he moved to Texas, so we had to wait for his remains to come up.
Oh.
And we had the funeral on Monday.
Wait a minute. Somebody was mentioning that the relative from Texas. Was that you a while back?
That he was sick. I had a relative that he was sick for a while.
Was he the one like Cousin Eddie? No?
No.
Somebody was saying that a cousin like Uncle Eddie from Vacation, and they lived down in Texas, and they came. No, that wasn't you. Somebody said, and they came to visit, and then they stayed for like 3 or 4 weeks, just like Cousin Eddie.
Oh, yeah, no. Not me.
Wow.
Not me.
We've got some cool people who share on the blast and share stuff like Alice. Hello, Alice. I know Alice is there. I'm going to bet. Be surprised that I mentioned. But I'll show in a little bit. I'm going to show some of the statistics. Matter of fact, I'll just get to some statistics right now. Oh wait,
Okay.
instead of doing that, you want to get into some fun stuff instead of heavy talk?
It's up to you.
It's your world. What do you want to do?
Well, it's not my world. It's the Jim Copper show. Kidding.
Yeah, right.
Go ahead. Whichever direction you want to go in.
Let's okay. I promised you that I wouldn't do any more good cop, bad cop. But this was so ridiculous that I do just have to do one, okay? Can you bear with me?
Yep.
Break my promise. Although I think you said sex and dirt and rock and roll sells, so sometimes bad cop sells. And we're going to put them up. I have to do this.
You know, I'm the first one. If it's a bad cop, then except to define bad cop.
10-4, 10-4, please. Shooting in the front, shooting. I need help.
Okay, Brett.
Okay, so here's the bad cop. A police officer stopped and questioned this man. Where was he going at 2 a.m.? And he says to the cop, so this guy stopped at 2 a.m. The guy was like, I'm on my way to a lecture about alcohol and abuse of the effects it has on the human body, as well as smoking and staying out late. You know, the officer says, really? So who's giving that lecture tonight? That'd be my wife. All right, so
That's
it's not
good.
really a good cop, bad
That's
cop,
good.
but I had to do that.
Depending on how the cop responded. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. So I'm reading that when I first saw it, and I'm like, oh, Jesus, really? What the heck did the cops do now to this guy? I'm just bugging him at 2 o'clock in the morning. And then I'm reading it, and I'm going, God, this guy deserves to get smacked. I mean, he's telling the cop I'm on my way to a lecture about alcohol abuse and the effects it has on the human body, as well as smoking and staying out late. This guy's being a dick. And then I read the punchline. So
You know, if it were true, I wonder how the cop would have reacted.
yeah, exactly. That's an old joke. You've never heard that
Yeah.
one.
No, actually, I hadn't.
All right. So for some reason, I lost our headline news opener, so I can't use that one, and that's okay. And I'm honestly getting sick and tired of water cooler talk. I've got to change this one up. Hello, Jimmy. Hello.
Oh, John.
Yeah, whatever. Let's get rid of that. Hurry up. Water cooler conversations. I shouldn't just flow through that because people out there in Google land or whatever might be watching. They've never seen it, and then I cheat them out of that because it was kind of cute. All right, just because I get sick and tired of it. I wasn't really going to cover them, but I'm just curious to get opinion here on Dr. Huxtable. And no, I didn't spell that right, but I really don't care anymore.
Might as well be Shuxtable.
Yeah, exactly. So Bill Cosby admitted getting Quaaludes to give women. Now, the only reason why this came out was Freedom of Information Act, and the judge did not have to release it. The judge got pissed off and said, you know what, on his opening, the reason why he released it, he said, you know what, Bill Cosby has put himself out there as a spokesperson for family values, for equality, for this, and that I've decided because he's put himself out there and then admitted this, I'm going to release it. And boom, there you go.
Yeah,
Judge didn't have to release that.
Turning out to be quite the scumbag, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Albert. So,
yeah,
I mean, here there's always, if there's smoke, there's fire. And you've got 40 women. Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's a dude he was young, good-looking black guy at the time. He was he's still black, but he was good looking at the time. Hollywood actor. You have to like drug women to have sex with you. In Hollywood, you got drugs or money or anything, and they're gonna. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird.
Yeah, the whole thing's weird. I mean, but sometimes it's just it has little or nothing to do with sex. You know, it's all about control. That's
right.
Usually what it has. That's what it comes down to. So, you know, he probably just wanted to. I mean, I guess there was a story about him talking to a lady that he met or something, and just said, "How does it feel to be talking to someone who could, like, you know, who makes like 10 times your salary in a week?" And like,
really, what a douchebag!
Yeah,
you would never suspect that from him.
Well, there's a lot of people. You know, no one suspected that. You know, John Wayne Gacy was, you know, raping and murdering men and sticking them under his porch as he played a clown. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know, or what's his name?
Well, look at this. Okay, how would you suspect? Here's a 22-year-old kid, got the world in her fingertips, and Ariana Grande.
Which I have no idea what she sings, but it just said they said pop star.
Yeah, she's. I don't know the names of the songs either, to be honest. But I mean, I would recognize them when they come on, and I only know because I watch. Lisa and I watch Big Brother all the time, and her gay brother was on last year. Sorry, he was on last year, right when her songs were coming out. And so, for anybody that didn't see it, so then she comes out and issues an apology. Did you see her apology? The apology.
No, I didn't see the apology. I saw the story. She's a disgusting pig.
Yeah, so she licks twice, licks the donut, and then puts it back up there. I think her boyfriend licked him too, but I know that she did. And then she says that she hates America. This is all on 4th of July.
Yeah.
But her apology was she insisted she's extremely proud to be an American. What I said in a private moment with my friend, who did that? Donald Sterling. What I said in a private moment with my friend who was buying the donuts was taken out of context, and I'm sorry for not using more discretion. So I'm sorry I didn't say it in the car. I didn't realize that they had a camera on me. That's what she's saying with my choice of words. Now, this is goofy. As an advocate for healthy eating, the girl looks like she, you know, I don't know. Food is very important to me. That's why she's in a donut shop. And I sometimes get upset by how freely we as Americans eat and consume things. That's why she's in a donut shop. Without giving any thought to the consequences it has on our health and our society as a whole. So she's supporting the donut shop.
Well, she's also, you know, passing along the germs from her saliva onto other people because he wasn't buying those donuts. It was all captured on video surveillance. Go ahead, sorry.
Right. Now, I would venture to say if she licked the donuts and they put up a sign, "This donut licked by Ariana Grande," they might have got more for it. But that's besides the point. People are,
some disgusting person probably would.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's.
So then she says...
They have it circled in one of the pictures that I have from, I think it's from TMZ. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where it comes out. So then all of a sudden she's Michelle Obama. The fact that the United States has the highest child obesity rate in the world frustrates me, so I went to visit a donut shop. We need to do more to educate ourselves and our children about the dangers of overeating, the poisons we put in our system, blah, blah, blah. But she failed to mention her licking the donut in her apology.
Not just one. She licked more than one donut.
Yeah, you're right. Donuts. And in California, down in that L.A. area, have you ever been down there?
Nope.
To L.A.?
Never been to California.
Okay.
I mean, I've been in LAX, but I've never been to California.
How many Are there a lot of Starbucks around your area?
Yeah, not
Okay.
probably not as many as on the West Coast, but yeah.
So like the joke is here in Oregon, okay, and it's not even a joke. Let's say we've got a Starbucks in a Fred Meyer's. Across the street is a Starbucks. Literally 2 blocks over is a Starbucks, and 3 blocks away is a Starbucks, and then 2 blocks over in another Safeway is a Starbucks. We've got
That's how,
five
that's how
Starbucks.
Dunkin'. That's how Dunkin' Donuts is here. Okay.
Yeah. So in California, in that LA area, that's how donut shops are. I'm shocked. It's true. Swear to God, 100 donut shops within a 5 block area. It's weird. I don't know
Really?
why they love their donuts that much. So anyways, finally, an ISIS strategy has come out. Remember Obama said a couple weeks ago he didn't really have a strategy yet?
Yep.
Here's his strategy. We are going to come up with better ideas than they are. He says ISIS won't be defeated with guns, but by better ideas. Is spoken like a true community organizer.
This guy is.
It's scary, really.
Yeah, it's incredible how this person is still breathing air. Just because I'm surprised that he even can open a jar by himself. He's such an idiot. You know?
Yeah. That literally, they're not going to be defeated by guns like every army and enemy in the history of the world has been defeated by force. Nope, not now. We're going to come up with better ideas.
We can talk him out of it. We can talk him out of being mean.
That's like who's on the Democrat side running for president? Lincoln Chafee.
Mm-hmm.
He did an interview here last week, and he literally said that he believes we just need to sit down and have dialogue. That's what we need to do.
He's a douchebag.
Yeah.
He's a communist prick.
Yeah. So we all saw this. Hillary finally speaks, and it's lies. No surprise.
Yeah, how'd you like her roping off?
Yeah, wasn't that great? But the thing is, they complain about it a little bit, but if the media doesn't care about Benghazi, doesn't care about the foundation, doesn't care about any of that stuff, what are they going to care about that they get roped off? Because she'll turn around and promise them an interview sometime, and they'll be lapping at her legs again. So Trey Gowdy comes out today, and he says, I really did not want to release this. I really didn't. But I have to set the record straight while it's fresh. She just said yesterday in the interview, she said she has never had a subpoena. And Trey Gowdy says, well, there's been several subpoenas for her. Here's one. So Trey Gowdy just released one of the subpoenas. She bold-faced lies. Now, is the main media even going to talk about this?
No, probably not. I mean,
no.
They say that she's crashing in the polls. I honestly think I don't think she's going to be the nominee, to be quite honest. But by the time it gets around, I think she's going to be booted out. I think they have a dark horse.
I think Jim Webb is going to be the guy.
I think. I'm hoping that I'm wrong, but I'm thinking it might be Deval Patrick, and I'm hoping I'm wrong.
Deval Patrick. See, a lot of these people are East Coast, and I don't know who Deval Patrick is, and I only know who Jim Webb is barely.
Deval Patrick's my former governor. One of Obama's friends. He came out before Christmas and said that Deval Patrick would make a great vice president, if not president.
Okay.
Obama said that, and I did this when I used to do my own show. I did a whole segment on how Obama's speeches were all borrowed from Deval Patrick.
Oh,
and it's
really?
like uncanny. The verbiage is exactly the same.
Well,
it's not even funny.
If you think about it, Hillary Clinton is in all honesty no friend of Obama's.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, she's not. They hate each other.
Yeah. So
That's
if
why I
she,
don't think he's not gonna endorse her
no,
at all.
he really, really needs somebody to run and get in office who is actually a friend of his,
Yeah.
because he can't trust that she will hold down the fort and hide his secrets. She probably
Yeah.
would, but she look out for her own skin first. Um,
Unlike Obama, Deval Patrick doesn't need a puppet master. He is his own evil, vile bastard,
uh,
and he has proven to be basically a communist. So
wow, who was posting that the other day? Oh, that was today. That Amy Kavanaugh, whatever. That gal that we were both on our friend's page. She always comes up with some cool stuff. But she posted something or whatever, and I said, well, I'm not surprised that they did this. I forget what it was, but I said I'm only surprised that they haven't come out and embraced full-on socialism or communism. And then she started showing pictures that socialism is communism. Basically, it's the next step. All these people are saying,
yeah,
it's like
yep,
the gateway drug.
yep,
So I put this out. Hey, gang, you're losing me. And this is a kind of a message to our people. Now, would I endorse Trump? No, I'm not endorsing Trump. It's too early to endorse anybody. But it's not too early to have people start to lose me. Like Rick Perry comes out and starts denouncing what Trump said, right?
yeah.
Jumping into the left. Then this one here today was Carly Fiorina today says he doesn't represent me and he doesn't represent, quote, my party. Well, her part, so I put on there, I said, sorry, Charlie, or sorry, Carly, your establishment party doesn't represent conservatives or the Constitution, so you don't represent me.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, that's disappointing to read that she said something like that, because I do like her. I mean, I don't think she'll never make president of the United States, but
right.
I think Rush Limbaugh was talking about it today, and he was saying, on one hand, you have people like Bill Clinton, Bill Cosby, Anthony Weiner, all these people who are complete lechers, complete lechers. They've been proven to be lechers, and they're hailed as, hip, cool, all this kind of crap. And on the other side, you have like Donald Trump, you have Clarence Thomas, you have Russell Wilson, and these people who are strong and stand behind their convictions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you may not like Trump. It's something, I mean, I don't know if I like him or not. I like what he has to say. I just don't know if he actually means it. That's the problem.
Right.
Maybe he talks a good game, but I just don't know if he means it.
He's lost a lot of money, though. So hopefully, I mean, he would mean it. He's lost a lot of money.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't know if he means what he's saying, and that's my issue with Trump. So, if he means what he says, then that's great. But if we have to believe him first. So, but the left has no problem trying to destroy these guys, standing behind their convictions. Yet they give a pass to all these lechers on the other side.
Right. Well, here's my brother, who's hardcore liberal, has been making fun of Donald Trump the whole time. But then he sends me a text today. He goes, "Wow, I'm listening to Trump on MSNBC, 30-minute interview. He doesn't miss a beat. No humming, just no stop answers. He's not dodging anybody." So he's not. He's going on every program, every show, everything, and he's calm, confident, because what he's saying is what's in his heart. That's just who he is. He's not having to think about it or make it up.
Yeah, and it's also exactly what most of us think and feel, and it's exactly what we know. It's the truth.
Yeah.
We're not getting the best of the best from Mexico. We're getting the best of the best. Doesn't have to hire coyotes to get them to cross the border.
Right. Exactly. Now look at this one. This one just blew me away. Okay. So I made this thing here. Hey, aren't you the guy who lost twice? Yeah, I thought so. Well, we all want to know exactly when did illegal immigrants become Americans, because he says right there, he said, quote, do you think Donald Trump's, or someone said, do you think Donald Trump's comments on Mexicans have hurt the Republican Party? Reporter asked him, quote, yes, I think he made a severe error in saying what he did about Mexican Americans, and it's unfortunate. And I'm like, wait a minute. Nobody stopped Romney and said, when did illegals become Mexican Americans? What? Because Trump never said anything about Americans who happened to be Mexican.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, I know.
And nobody calls Romney out on this comment. He called illegals Mexican Americans.
I hear what you're saying. That's also kind of disgusting. But I mean, I'm gonna give some of them a little bit of slack, only because the Republicans have been so, like with Carly Fieri and stuff. They've been so boxed into a corner, and they're so terrified to, what they need to do is come out swinging like Trump. That's what's refreshing. Have a backbone and stand by what, the decisions and the actions that you've made, or, like Cruz.
And like Cruz, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you may not like everything he says, but he's actually meaning everything he says, and he's acting upon it,
Yeah.
So.
And I like the fact
we're going to wrestle. Go ahead.
And like Cruz said, hey, I know you media want us to beat each other up. I'm not going to do it. I'm not playing that game. There's real issues to be tackled. Donald Trump brought up real issues, and I admire him for bringing them up.
Yeah, and he and every time they ask a question about what sets you apart, and he's just gonna say, look, these are great candidates. My favorite is still Ted Cruz. It's a long way before we get to the primaries.
I said the other day he's smarter than I am, so maybe he had some end game that he was. I just got to give him the benefit of the doubt. He did stand up on his feet in Congress for 13 hours. And read a frickin' Green Eggs and Ham book, which people made fun of him. So if he's willing to do that, I got to give him the benefit of the doubt. So yes, you said the other day you took issue with something I said, and you said, "Oh, it's time to wrestle." So can I play part of this video?
Yeah.
Okay, here it goes. Here it goes.
Why Hillary Clinton this time around?
Well, there's probably no one who's ever run for the presidency that's more qualified than Hillary Clinton. She is the most experienced and the best qualified.
She's by far the best qualified person in America.
And by the way, thoroughly vetted.
She doesn't have to answer any questions right now.
She has scrubbed the server, and their emails will never see.
She was supposed to have her emails separate to begin with, and then she wiped the server clean.
How can you get answers from the ones that were scrubbed?
If there's nothing to hide, why do they always act? I don't think they are.
Conflict of interest concerns have surfaced around presidential candidate Hillary.
Okay, I'm not going to play anymore because that makes my point. My point is, if you want the status quo, she is the most qualified person in America to be president. She will continue the disgusting patterns that we've witnessed with Obama and in some instances with Bush and with Clinton. She will continue to be a slug. And so if you want the status quo and you want a crook, then she's the most qualified. That's what I meant. Now, if you want something,
then I would have to agree with you there. I would have to agree with you there.
If you want something better, and you want George Washington, and you want Ronald Reagan, or somebody with integrity, then no, she's not the most qualified person.
Right.
That's what I meant.
Okay. Then we won't wrestle. I'm sorry. I had one of the young guys that I worked with today, and he said, I got to start looking at this. Really got to start looking at it. And I said, no, you really should. It's not my child. That's, I don't have the two little girls that are growing up in this this abomination that we've allowed America to turn into. I mean, I still love my country and everything, but it's not my children that are going to have to go to these liberal, progressive, rewriting history schools and, adding how to masturbate, how to have anal sex, and all this stuff to the course curriculum.
Wait a minute. I wish I had learned about that when I was 6, because it would have made my 8-year-old, 9-year-old years a lot easier.
Loser.
People
say, well, we're going to get back, to school, and I'm hearing people talk about the curriculums and, Common Core, we've got to do something, Yeah, how about we get back to actually learning, real stuff? These
math and science and real history as to what happened,
I mean,
real people who lived.
Geography,
Right.
Whatever, science. I mean, like I said to you once before, when I was in junior high school, we had the classes, the business classes, that you learned how to write your check, write a check and balance your checkbook. You learned how to use a ledger. Basic economics in junior high. And then you could take economics classes in high school. Those things now have been, now they just bumped them up to college, so now you have to pay for that stuff above and beyond what you've already paid for, even though we were, and those are the basic skills for you to get a job as a desk clerk or as a teller. Now they want a bachelor's, all these kind of bachelor's degrees and everything to be a bank teller. And then to go in and you just spent $150,000 on your education, and you're going to be a bank teller for $10 an hour. It's all designed to make you fail. You know what I mean? You're not going to make a lot of money being a bank teller, and you're never going to be the bank president. So these things that we used to learn in school to prepare you to go out into the real world to do basic jobs and then improve yourself, that's all gone, and we have to learn how to put bananas on condoms on bananas, and we have to learn about anal sex, and we have to. I'm like, when did the health history or health class that was relegated to one half a year segment become like the major issue for everyone and everything?
Right.
I mean.
Yeah. It's upside down.
It's the bastardization of our education is so incredibly ridiculous.
I think that I heard today, and I mean, I haven't watched a lot of news or whatever, but I heard today somebody say that Donald Trump is starting to now turn his focus a little bit towards Common Core. So, he can't be a one-trick pony. He can't only be immigration. So he's starting to move into that realm right there.
Well, I think just a sidebar note on Trump, I don't think he actually intends. I mean, I know he's put his hat in for president, but I think he's just trying to spur these other Republicans to come out swinging. I don't really think he's serious about trying to become president.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. If he stays strong, second, third, I mean, he's might be surprising himself. Actually, he might be going to bed every night saying to his wife, "Can you freaking believe it?"
Well, that's what I mean. You know what I mean? Like,
really?
I think he's just. Because that's what he does, I mean, he's a mover and a shaker, and it's not like he stands still for very long,
Right,
so.
but if he stays high in the polls, first, second, third, and stays way up there in the top tier, I'll bet that how would you not start to take that seriously?
A couple of people have said you have to have a certain arrogance to think that you can be the president of the United States.
Right.
I mean, it absolutely blows my mind that anyone is even considering voting for Hillary Clinton. I mean, I'm not going to vote for the woman because she has a vagina, and I'm not even convinced that she even has one. But hey, wait a minute, that was Michelle Obama. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't. No, I think that she's got one. She's just more of a rug muncher. They call like she would prefer women. I don't know.
Definitely. Well, Did you see that whole thing back in the 90s and about same-sex marriage? And someone posted it and said, "Oh, that's awkward," and it's a whole it's a video of her talking about she doesn't believe in same-sex marriage and it's between a man and a woman, and now suddenly it's the Republicans who are just trying to defeat and trying to squash people's rights and all this kind. It's so hypocritical. I can't stand it. It makes me want to puke.
Well, so many of
100%.
these people, they'll put their finger in their mouth, wet it, and stick it up in the air and find out which way the wind's blowing, and that's
That's what I
what they're
mean.
there.
It's disgusting, you know. It's like that's one thing I pride myself on. I mean, you may love me or hate me, but either way, I'm still consistent. It's like one day I'm not freaking Jekyll, and the next day Hyde. You know, it's like
Right.
I'm me.
Right.
It's just I don't have
Right.
to hide behind a fake profile or a fake picture. I don't have to pretend to be something I'm not.
Right.
So I don't know. I can't stand people like that start changing. I mean, it's one thing to change, you know, like okay, oh, I had an epiphany, you know, I had an epiphany. Like I said to you, oh, Anna's coming on, Anna.
Anna's here.
I had an like. It's
Hey,
one thing to
Anna.
have it. Hi, Anna. Glad you can make it. Gotta get set up on her voice, a video, or whatever.
She can hear us. We just can't hear her yet. She's turning on the volume.
So you know what I mean? It's like one thing to have an epiphany, like when I said to you a couple of weeks back, what if homosexuality, and I'm not debating whether it's, you know, a chosen thing or a born thing. I didn't even go into that. What if that's not Christians, you know, ultimate test? You know what I mean? So
Right. Well, one thing that, like you were saying, okay, and this is the thing about Anna too. I think both of you guys share this same. Oh fudge! Did I load that? Oh, I didn't freaking load that. All right, don't let me
Can you hear
forget to
us,
talk
Anna?
about some. Can you hear us, Anna? Say yes, I can. Anna banana, bingbo banana, Anna.
No, she's not laughing at. Is she frozen?
She's frozen in time. And if you can hear us, should like unplug it and plug it back in. She'll be there. She pops in.
Yeah, I think she's just frozen. She's not.
I can't freaking believe that oh wait, she just sent me a message, I think. How do I go there? There she is. I can't hear anything, yikes. Not sure the headset works. Can you hear us? We'll see. So if they try again. And then I'll put, how do I block my pic? No, I can't hear anything. I thought I heard her.
I didn't hear her at all.
Let me do this. That way. Let me go there. I'll put this link. I'm going to give her a different link and see if that works. Love to get her in, get her opinions on things.
And opine. I was so overtired. My eyeballs, like everything hurts. Everything's blurry. Everything is. I need to sleep for a week. I need to sleep
honestly,
for a week.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I don't know why. Just not enough sleep. Well, what's the temperature been like there?
Late last couple of days, but hot, in the 80s, wicked humid, 100% humidity. We're waiting for these massive thunderstorms that they keep telling us are going to come that will break this gross, disgusting, humid spell. But so far, nothing.
For I would say maybe 2 weeks, it's been in the high 80s and over 90, 2 weeks straight, and I think we got another. And it's been like several days. It's been over 100, and I love it. But there's also a point where it wipes you out. You get tired.
Yeah, the heat definitely wipes you out. Well, what's the humidity like there?
Humidity, I can tell you.
You guys get a high humidity?
So if I hit weather,
Mhm.
It's
I'm gonna
87.
hit weather too.
Okay, so it's 8:15 p.m. right now, and it's 87 degrees, and the humidity is doesn't say.
Let's see. Tonight it's actually nice. Right now it's 70 degrees, 57% humidity, which I knew that the humidity went down, but this afternoon it was gross. Like that bad air you can't even breathe.
So if I go,
We had a high of 80. Let's see, on tomorrow's 75. By Sunday and Monday we're supposed to be up to 88 degrees.
now our humidity is not high at all right now. It says currently it's 87 degrees, humidity is 46 degrees. Is that high or low?
46%. That's low.
46%. Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, we get up to 100% here. It's gross.
Oh,
Gross.
that's
Walk
not good.
outside and everything melts. Your whole body, your face melts. Your hair sags instantly.
That's like in San Antonio, Texas, when I visited there before. It's
Yeah.
like you walk outside and sweat. You don't do anything. You just walk outside and sweat.
Yeah. That's pretty much it here.
Let's see. Don't need everyone seeing me be a dork. Oh, I don't know if she'll be able to come on. She'll try. But so, all right. So look at this. I'm going to start in on the lighter side stuff. 32 degrees. At temperatures below 32 degrees, liquid water freezes, which means that 32 and above is the melting point, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So Mount Baker, Washington, Tuesday at 11 o'clock in the morning, it was 68 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
At 12 noon, it was expected to be 86.
Mm-hmm.
By 3 o'clock, it's expected to be 90. So what would you want to do if it was 90 degrees out? Would you want to go play in an ice cave? I would. It's talk about personal responsibility, and I'm sorry that people lose their lives. I really am. But one person was killed and 4 injured as Washington State ice caves collapse. I circled the word again. And so there's the ice, and there's a cave. Look what's all around there. Dirt. Why? Because it's freaking melted. And to the bottom left of it, you can't really see it very well, but that's grass.
Yeah.
So why in God's name would people want to go under thousands of pounds of ice that is melting?
Yeah, like you said, they witnessed it earlier that whole big thing, opening collapsed.
What
right?
Did you see the video of it?
Yeah, it all collapsed, and then some more jackasses went back in under. It's like.
But the reason why it collapsed is because water doesn't freeze; it melts above 32. And right there, it was frickin' 68 in the morning and 90 in the afternoon. What the heck? These people stupid.
Darwin Awards. They.
Yeah. Now I got a friend on not just on Facebook. This friend that I've known since high school, and I posted something on the fireworks guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Personal responsibility. Did you see how long that chain went? The chain of comments, long.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my friends started arguing with all these other people and talking about how the brain isn't developed yet and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, everyone's arguing. And I decided the last time this happened with this person, and I love this person, but last week they picked a fight with somebody, and they picked a fight with Anna's sister. That's who it was.
Okay.
I'll just be honest. Laura Hoover. And she will speak her mind. And so she didn't put up with the garbage, and all of a sudden it got pretty ugly. I'm like, oh my God. So I deleted the whole post. But today, this time, that, you know what? No. Post is about personal responsibility. I'm leaving it up. It's not my responsibility to protect others from getting their feelings hurt.
Right.
Just unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, I write a disclaimer under the About Me section, and I say, you know, freedom of speech will live on my page, so you can say whatever you want. You just cannot disparage, like, my intelligence. Don't tell me that I'm an idiot. If you want to disagree with me, we can disagree, but don't sit there and try to be condescending and tell me that I'm an idiot. And no bashing America or, you know, I mean, as far as hating America, we bash America right now because of the politics that are going on, and we've allowed it to happen. But to say that America's the worst, or that whether, you know, the cause of all the world's ills, and no, I don't deal with that. And thirdly, no bashing the military. You can hate the mission, you just can't bash the military on my page. So unless they you know, if they stay away from those three things, if they want to pull out their dicks and see who hits the floor fastest, go have at it. Boys, go have at it. It's usually the guys.
Right.
But yeah, so I don't usually intervene unless one of those three things occurs.
Yeah.
You know, if someone comes out and tries to tell me who I should have on my page and stuff like that. So I don't typically delete posts, and I don't get in the middle of it because, like you said, it's not your job.
Right.
To please other people.
I'm not going to go very deep into this, and I wasn't even going to do it but I'm just going to touch on this really fast.
Why weren't you going to do it?
Well, because you're a little tired and you don't want to, go drag the show on long, and it could, but I just wanted to touch it real quick. If you want to talk about it, I would love to. But I met these people. I tried to sell them food before when they owned their shop. It was down the street from me. It's my territory. It's where I sell. And they were a little standoffish to me. The guy was. I never met her, and he was polite, but kind of had an attitude. Whatever. Yeah, that's how he treated me. Like, whatever. So, but he was polite. I can't say anything bad about him. But I emailed him the other day a private message because I said, I got to be honest with you guys. I said, I'm looking at this thing from the 30,000 foot level, and you guys are like looking at the belly of the beast, staring at a grizzly bear up to your face. So sometimes maybe I don't know as much as what I'm about to say that I know. I don't know. You guys know more, obviously. But sometimes it might help to get a 30,000 foot perspective, because from what I can see, and I'm watching you guys on TV getting interviewed all the time, I think that your attorney is not serving you well, making the wrong argument, and you guys are making the wrong argument. And here's why. I want to point something out here. This is now, first of all, just to be clear, the person who made the decision to fine them was the same person who did the appeal. There's clear emails with him and the LGBT, the gay community, back and forth over the last year. He supports them. There was no possible way that these people were going to win. But here's what he said. Within Oregon's public accommodations law is the basic principle of human decency that every person, regardless of their sexual orientation, has the freedom to fully participate in society, the ruling states. The ability to enter public places, to shop and dine, to move about unfettered by bigotry. This is he says, this case is not, the guy who fined him, this case is not about a wedding cake or a marriage, the final order read. It is about a business refusal to serve someone because of their sexual orientation under Oregon law. That is illegal. And he's right. They lose if they argue religious freedom. You do not have the religious freedom to discriminate against somebody with disabilities or against someone's sexual orientation. But they didn't do that. But that's what they're arguing. They're arguing, hey, our religious freedom gives us the right. No. I said to him, Have you ever asked somebody when they came in if they were gay or not? Have you ever made a decision not to bake a cake based on somebody's gayness or not? No. You even baked a cake for these people before. You would bake a cake for somebody who's gay. You did not violate their sexual orientation. What you did was use your religious freedom to not participate in the wedding and the cake for the wedding ceremony, the cake.
Mm-hmm.
But they're arguing religious freedoms against a charge that's about sexual orientation.
Mm-hmm.
So they're arguing something that's about a whole different charge. A charge
Good point. Did they fight back?
And that, no, not yet. But they did not violate the sexual orientation laws because they have never discriminated against somebody for being gay. And I said, you guys are sitting there telling people that your religious freedoms, you didn't want to participate in the wedding and bake a cake for the wedding. But that's not what you're being charged for. You're being charged for violating their sexual orientation, which you didn't do. So that's why, I don't know. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, it's a good argument, but I think the rabid, mentally ill liberal progressives out there, it won't matter. It doesn't matter. You're supposed to just kowtow either way. So
right,
it'll be a good shot. I think he hasn't responded to you because he's probably thinking about it, bringing it up to his lawyer.
But if they do go to a court, like a federal court and then an appeals court and then an appeals court, the appeals court is going to look and go, you're not proving to me that you didn't violate their sexual orientation. You haven't even addressed us on that. You keep talking about your religious freedom. Your religious freedom does not answer sexual orientation. Your religious freedom answers participating in a marriage. And so these poor people aren't even addressing the problem. They're not proving that they didn't violate sexual orientation.
I think the law itself is unconstitutional, but you're never going to get.
And then I didn't want to get into this one necessarily, but I do because this one's too long of a. We could go a whole show about this, and this one here is one that Anna. Personally, I know that she wanted to kind of talk about this because she's not happy.
This is still going to be an issue for a long time to come. So it won't be old news.
So we'll touch on it.
We can touch on that next week.
Okay, and I know that she was not happy with me on this at all, and that's okay. Everyone has their own opinions, and it's got way too long to deal with this tax exempt status thing and stuff like that. But I believe. Here's something that she actually put up, and you had commented on it. It was the Supreme Court and what they said, and it's put in there through the Supreme Court so that churches can help the community. But we know that Creflo Dollar spent $65 million on a jet when, if it was to help the community, $65 million could have gone a long way. The Church of Scientology, they do not help the community and the homeless and all of that.
That's not a real church.
Right, but they do get tax-exempt status for being a church. So, anyways, so then...
when you're talking about all the churches across the country, I think those few examples that you give, the Joel Osteens, are not the norm. I think most churches are helping, are doing a lot of charity and robbing Peter to pay Paul just to get some of these people fed and clothed and things like that. So,
and to that argument, I'll say this: when the Israelites left Egypt, they did not bring personal chefs with them. They didn't bring a bunch of cookware, and they go out in the desert for 40 years. God provided manna.
All that crap. That's why I don't believe in the organized religion. It's a load of crap to just keep you in line, and fat cats get fatter, and everyone else has to suffer because you're supposed to be, suffering for Christ.
So, right, and that's the way Catholics believe. Well, are supposed to believe. But so if a church was actually doing God's work, the Bible says, hey, if I take care of the raven, if I take care of the sparrows and the birds and the flowers, I'm going to take care of you. So God is going to bless those churches that are doing what they're supposed to be doing. And then you come to this. In all three synoptic gospels states that the Pharisees, who were the preachers, tried to trick Jesus, and they thought that they could get him in trouble. So they anticipated that Jesus would oppose the tax, as their purpose was to hand him over to the power and authority of the governor. The governor was Pilate, who was the man responsible for collecting taxes in Rome, in Roman Judea. So at first the questioners flattered Jesus by praising his integrity, impartiality, and devout devotion to truth. That's the way these liberals always do. They come up first and they flatter you, and then they turn around and, well, they don't always do that. Now they just come right out with a sword. But so they asked him whether or not it is right for Jews to pay the taxes demanded by Caesar. Should we pay or shouldn't we? These are the religious leaders. Jesus first called them hypocrites, and then he asked one of them to produce a coin. And he said, asked them whose head and inscription were on it. And they answered, well, Caesar's. And he responded, render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto God the things that are God. So that tells me that Jesus is saying, hey, look at whose picture's on the coin. If that's the government, then you pay your taxes, give it back to them, God, and let God be God. God will take care of you. Don't worry, don't depend on the government's charity for your existence. I might be wrong, but that's how I see it. I didn't used to see it that way, but I do now.
I don't. Like I said, if it was good enough for the founding fathers, it's good enough for me.
Good answer.
Yeah, really.
That's okay. I dig that.
They were wise beyond their years, and they were better people than you and I. You know what I'm saying as far as.
Hey, these people were brilliant. I mean, Ben Franklin, these guys, brilliant.
Collectively, they knew exactly. They knew what the deal was. They weren't afraid to say it, and they weren't afraid to die for it, and they weren't afraid to lose their fortunes. So, if they thought it was that in order for the churches, I mean, you're not just talking about regular tax, or property tax. I mean, churches don't bring in, they don't bring in, like it's the majority of the churches don't bring in the stuff that the Joel Osteens bring in. The Tammy and Baker and the Jim Baker and those, these fake conglomerates. They don't bring in that kind of money to be able to pay high property taxes, the church property taxes and stuff. So
right.
You make them start paying taxes, and you might as well be the one that just axed every church basically in America.
Right. Anna's back.
Hi, Anna. Can you hear us?
I can't hear you. We can't hear you. Try the microphone. Is the microphone thing in the top? Is that working? Or I mean the microphone in the top muted? Are you muted? She's not muted. Let's see. See if I can unmute her. Is she muted? No, I just muted her. Hold on. Unmute. Did I unmute her? Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
She can hear us.
Yeah.
We can't hear her.
Well, your hair looks very pretty.
That's funny. Oh, well, since she can hear us and we can't hear her, now's the time to jump into that tax-exempt status for the church thing. Just kidding.
We should save that for next week.
I'm just kidding, Anna. We're going to save that for next time. All right. Anna gave it a try. She tried. All right. Well, we love you for trying. All right. See you, Anna. She tried. If you pop back in and you're on, then stay. That's good. We're gonna finish up here in about 10 minutes, anyways. So, but I got a really funny video coming up. So, and if you can hear us or see it, I'm gonna do a really funny video here. All right. So let's go to the lighter side and pull this up. And let me do 1 second of Hillary. I just have to make fun of that biatch. All right, so News Busted. I watched this, and it's actually, she was freaking funny. So here we go.
It's Ebola virus.
What difference?
Jim Crow Day.
Most radical. Time to try something new.
Hey everybody, welcome to News Busted. I'm Jody Miller. Let's get started.
Hi, Jody.
This past Saturday was July 4th when America celebrated Independence Day, or as President Obama called it, the 17th day of Ramadan. Vermont's Senator Bernie Sanders is surging in the polls. Wouldn't it be amazing if this country elected 2 socialist presidents in a row? TV Land has pulled the Dukes of Hazzard amid the uproar over the Confederate flag. And in a show of solidarity, Caitlyn Jenner is now refusing to wear her Daisy Dukes. Fidel Castro just made his first public appearance in 3 months. The former Cuban dictator was photographed at a Bernie Sanders campaign rally. A belated happy birthday to Malia Obama, who turned 17 last weekend. Sadly, Malia boycotted her own party when she heard her mother had planned the menu. Friends say Malia Obama takes after her father. For example, she doesn't have an ISIS strategy either. Greece has defaulted on a $1.7 billion payment to the International Monetary Fund. And we've just been informed that the tours of the Greek ruins now include the treasury. And finally, rapper DMX has been arrested again for unpaid child support. The rapper has now been arrested so many times, he's changing his name from DMX to NFL. Thanks for watching News Busted, everybody. I'm Jody Miller. And thank you to all that donated to keep News Busted.
Thank you, Jody. Oh, there it is. I was pretty happy to see this. I mean, you know, I always watch this stuff. I don't know why we don't have as many likes on our page as I would like to. I mean, we got 500 something, whatever, but we've got a lot of loyal people, and they don't get into a lot of discussion. But lately, they started to. But this was just last week. Just 1 week only. There was 14 likes last week. The posts that we did in there, 4,000 on the left. There was 4,242 reach. I thought that was pretty good. That means that, you know, it's reaching. And post engagements was 515 engagement on that. So I don't know. I just thought our little baby's starting to grow a little bit. And then thought this was funnier than heck. Hillary Clinton, one of her people posted this tweet because it made it look like at first, hey, look at Hillary. She's smiling and shaking hands with like a real street homie. And so let's get that one tweeted real quick. Is that right? Twittered? I'm not. Who knows? Tweeted. I usually Twitter with my left hand and then I go, I don't know. I'm just kidding. But then when they realized the close-up shot, his arm that he's shaking hands with said white. Hillary looks very happy to get the support from this guy with a white tattoo on his forearm. Isn't that hilarious?
White supremacists.
Yeah, so they immediately took the post, the Twitter down. Yeah, thought that was funny. Candidates. Okay, candidates cribs. Did you guys see the video? If you didn't, it's worth watching. If you did, it's worth watching again because other people haven't seen this. So it's a short video. It's awesome. They decided to show all of these multimillionaire homes, and then they did a board game. Let's put the name of the candidate next to whose home it is. You know, Rubio, is it Donald Trump? Who is it? So let's go like this. Here we go. Let's start at the beginning. Here we go.
We're here right in front of the White House with our new guest named
Allison.
Allison. So Allison's going to be playing Candidates Cribs with us, and you are going to try and guess which candidate has lived in which mansion. First up, we've got what I'm calling the Embassy Estate. Who do you guys think of these candidates has lived in the Embassy Estate?
Let's go with Marco Rubio.
Marco Rubio. I like the way you say Rubio. Say it again.
Rubio.
I'll go with Ben Carson.
Dr. Ben Carson has lived in the Embassy Estate. That's what we're going with. All right. Next up, the Countryside Castle. Who you got?
I'll go with Jeb Bush.
Jeb Bush, making bank. The Hampton Hideaway, a cool $11 million. So who do you think is able to afford that?
Mark Rubio.
Rubio from Florida.
Ben Carson.
Ben Carson. All right, he's making that neurosurgeon money. Last, but certainly not least, is the Beachside Bungalow.
Donald Trump.
No doubt that you think Donald's the one that can afford that?
Yeah. Yes.
For the Beachside Bungalow, who do we think lives in the Beachside Bungalow?
I'm going to say Marco.
What if I told you that all four of these were Hillary Clinton?
What?
What? Really? Oh no, you're pulling my leg.
No way. Are you serious?
Oh, wow. Are you serious? Are you really? Damn, then she does have that kind of money.
All right, well now you're changing my opinion on the election a little bit.
I thought it was a huge possibility that Donald Trump owned one of those two, because he seemed like the wealthiest person. I thought he was the wealthiest person on the board. Now I don't know.
Does this make Hillary seem a little bit less relatable?
Oh, yeah.
Would this make you question things a little bit if you vote for her?
Yeah, it definitely plays a factor in whether I vote for her.
Because I can see where she's spending her money instead of spending it on stuff that really matter, make a difference.
Does this make it look like she's kind of hiding it, saying that she's like this?
Oh yeah. Yes. Jeez. Definitely. I mean, it seems like she manages her money pretty well, but she also makes a ton of money, so she doesn't exactly know what it's like to live on a low income.
For Democratic voters, you know, I think Bernie Sanders, candidates like that, are gonna like really sort of look like the better, you know, options.
I'm very surprised. I did not know Hillary Clinton had that much money at all.
Anna, I think your thing's working now.
Is it working, Anna?
Are you working, Anna? Anna held up a sign. She goes like this. Yepers. Okay. Yepers. Yeah. We gotcha. Wait, let me take that off. All right. We're almost done. I posted this, just some funny pictures. Dinesh D'Souza, how do you say it? D'Souza?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Frickin' funny dude. I mean, number one, he's a great guy. Number two, he's honest as the day is long. He admitted he did wrong. He admitted, and then he says, I finally got out of jail, basically. You know, he goes, I finally got my freedom back and stuff. And so his tweets, now I think Anna, are you both on his Twitter account? I know Anna is. Are you on his Twitter feed?
I don't know if I follow him on Twitter feed.
I think he liked or responded to one of Anna's tweets about 2 weeks ago. Am I correct, Anna? I think he did. I think he did. Or somebody said he did. But anyways, so this was on his freaking Twitter. He did this. Dinesh D'Souza posted that, and it was a fake. It had a fake. Somebody put a fake Confederate flag back there. But he said, even if the Confederate flag was edited into Hillary's photo, what was going on with those glasses and hairdo?
It's called 1967 or something.
That's funny from who he is. That's funny. I mean, I don't know. I just thought the guy's got a freaking sense of humor.
Yeah, well, you have to if you're going to be in that arena.
Yeah. All right. You guys like to play oh wait. That was it. He started following me. Yes, that was it. He started following. Yeah. poker, anyone? I got to show you guys this, all right? Do you guys enjoy poker at all? A little bit? You ever seen it on TV? See the World Series of Poker and stuff like that? All right. This will be pretty self-explanatory, but watch this video. It's only about a minute and a half. These guys are playing for big bank money, and they're on TV. Not one of them caught this. Watch. If you cheat, these casinos are going to break your thumbs and hang you somewhere. What happens when they do?
I'll show him what's up.
Oh, wait.
The win and save. Yeah.
Pulls around to poke here. Looks like he's going to put in some action.
2,400.
2,400.
$2,400 raise on one bet.
Battles the run.
$4,800 pot.
Are they working on another player on this? I have no idea.
And Coleman makes the call. 6,400 going to the flop.
Check.
Sure.
And we see an ace, queen, queen, but I thought we saw 2 queen of clubs.
Watch how fast she does that.
Coleman, Polk takes it down there, but that was really interesting. I thought we saw 2 queen of clubs on the flop.
You did. Watch. You can't have 2 queen of clubs in the same deck. They're cheating. So at the end of it, after the TV announcers mentioned it, then the pit boss comes over and stops everything and goes, hey, there was a mistake, there was a blah, blah, blah. And then he told everybody, and they said, so we're going to have the do-over on the hand. That hand didn't count. Everybody take your chips back. We'll start over. If you were caught with a couple of aces up your sleeve, and then you just kind of let one down and you played an ace that you didn't have, they're freaking going to wring your neck, and they may not find your body. Look what they're doing.
It certainly wouldn't be allowed back into any of the casinos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're going to get... So, anyways, that's basically the whole show. That's it. We did it. When did we start? We started at 7:30?
10:30, yeah. So it's an hour 15 at this point.
Oh, okay. So we did good. We wrapped it all in there, and
and we decided we'll take up the issue about tax exempt next week, if you can be on.
Yeah. Did hold on, let me see if I still have it posted on here. Come on, my freaking thing is just so... Okay, I didn't. Let me try this. Anna, I played a good cop, bad cop segment, and if I could find it. So without doing all the music and stuff, I don't know if you saw this or not, but let me show you this. Let me set it up. You'll like this. So this police officer questioned this man where he was going at 2 o'clock in the morning. Did you see this? No, she didn't. So he stops him, and the cop says, where are you going at 2 o'clock in the morning? And the man replied, well, I'm on my way to a lecture about alcohol abuse and the effects it has on the human body, as well as smoking and staying out late. And the officer replied, oh, really? Who's giving that kind of lecture at night? The guy said, that would be my wife. Hello? She got it. She didn't get it. All right. Well, it was funnier the first time we told it.
Oh, Jim.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Love you guys. Thanks for putting up with me, both of you. And thank you. I'll take it out with a little bit of closing music, but I'll there we go.
The party's over.
Party's over.
They say
all right, gang. Goodbye, everybody. Good night. Stop the broadcast.
All is a night.